What's up, traders? Good morning, Devet here. Today is the last Tuesday outlook and setups for the year 2021. I'll be finishing up trading this year. Next week, I think it's a lot of holidays, Christmas and public holidays, bank holidays. I will also be going away a bit. So last week of trading for me, I will still be obviously. I think I'll still be observing the charts and taking note of what's happening on the sidelines, but I won't be actively on the charts if that makes sense. So we'll do a quick breakdown, see what we can see, and then we'll just maybe talk a bit about mindset and psychology just for a bit, and how we can prepare for the new year, and what can we possibly do from our side. So obviously trading is a personal thing, and you do you, and you learn to adapt and learn to grow, and you learn yourself, and you learn about your strengths and your weaknesses, and in the end, it's you versus you. It's not you versus the market or you versus that other Instagram trader. It's you versus you. And the sooner we realize that and um, take full responsibility for that, the better we'll get. So let's just jump right into the charts quickly and let's identify some liquidity. So that's why we're here. We're chasing liquidity. So looking at the dogs, they are outside already. Let me just get back my charts. For some reason, there it is. Okay, let's do it. So we are on the 4 hour. I'm looking at liquidity. So obviously, this is a liquidity low where price can potentially sweep liquidity, or it can create a higher low. So that's the one thing we need to consider. On the 4 hour, we broke the structure. We did not yet break major structure. We broke structure. We tapped into with this order block over here. So this was a liquidity profile where we have an old high and an order block. Price reacted off of it, pushed towards the downside. We had the possibility for some longs in here yesterday morning. They were targets were met and price then started rallying towards the downside. But that was from yesterday. So let's just have a look at current price action. If we just see that we have some imbalance over there, price could potentially come back and fill that imbalance, and then we have these highs over here. So for me, this is the liquidity range that we are trading within. Previous high, previous low, and I do think we will either dump towards the downside, or we'll reach the liquidity below and move towards the upside, or the third option is we will potentially move up and move up like this. So those are the situations and the scenarios that I'm looking at on the 4 hour. If we quickly jump to the 1 hour, have a look over here. So we have maybe potentially this or a block or zone where price is reacting off of. On the 1 hour now, this does not look like any imbalance as it is on the 4 hour. You can see on the 4 hour there's clear imbalance, but on the 1 hour there's really nothing there. So I do think it doesn't the imbalance is not cross time frame, which means what I basically mean is that it's not the same imbalance across all the time frames, so we can't refine it. So I'm going to keep this there just as a reminder that on the 4 hour we have something there on the 4 hour. I'm not really interested in looking too much deeper into it. We're seeing this push down in here now. We're seeing this reaction now. Frank, what do you call it? Asian session just ended a while back, and we can see. Let's just drop to the 15 minutes. See, we have our Asian session marked out here. It's really strange, and it's not. I'm not surprised by just by looking at where we are in the year and what is happening. This is probably normal to happen. But these candles, they look interesting for me. Potentially for price to reach back into this selling candles before the buying towards the upside. So I'd be interested to see if price can make a push and then I come back into this area and then a continuation up. So my idea would be to wait for around London Open or Frankfurt Open an hour before and try to see if price can make a retracement inside this area and then a continuation back towards the upside. We're very overextended short with regards to just what we're seeing over here. Price is really towards the downside. And yeah, that's all I can basically say is that there's not much more to look for with regards to take profits. If we do get a long position, take profits over there, and then obviously the high as well. Those are the two key shifting points I think where price could potentially be raging for. So as in with regards to take profit areas, if we do get a good entry, so I'll be looking for price to give us a shift, give us an indication that price is going to go higher, give us some liquidity creation, all those kind of things, and then look for price to come back down in here and move up higher. That I think is the goal for me today. On the 1 hour liquidity wise, previous high which we've marked out here, which I think is valid. This one as well, and we have this imbalance. So let's rather move this imbalance to this area. I think it is a good area as well because we have a minor structure break here, followed by, well, preceded by this swing towards the downside, and we can see this imbalance fits nicely in the premium area. So if we move from discount to premium, this would be a valid area for me. I do think that is then a good area to reach for. So it all depends on if we get a good entry around our session openings. So that's kind of what I'm looking for to see happening for price to reach up into that area. Yes, potentially if we can see the high or low created in London, and then just see the continuation up towards the upside. In my opinion, I'm seeing price potentially throughout the holidays or early next year sweep all of this trend line liquidity out. So I do think we're gearing up for a higher time frame move towards the upside. We started breaking minor structure towards the upside, coming back towards the origin. I do think we are prone to move back up higher. So it's creating that signature pattern where we see a breaking structure, return to origin, and then a move towards the upside. So potentially this candle will end in the next half an hour as a more or less pin bar, and then the next candle, I'm looking for that candle to fill the wick, and then go up towards the upside. That's what I'm expecting, and what's currently what I'm looking to trade on GU. Then ultimately, this high would be a take profit area as well, and then all of these highs, liquidity highs, I think they are prone to get tagged in the next few weeks or days. So if you get a really good position down here below, I do think it's worthwhile holding it and to see if it can go really up. So like 10% of your position to hold it and take it up towards the upside. If we just have a look at the euro dollar. So euro dollar for me is confusing. As I've said to you guys many times, I'm focused completely on GU. If I just look at EU, we're in a consolidated range, the most prominent swing high and low. And then that swing high and low is getting closer and closer, and we're only sweeping it, pushing back up. And then we can make this one as well, and we can use now this one as well. So you see how you can narrow down the ranges that price is trading within. So there's a whole science behind which high to choose, but that is deeper knowledge and stuff. It's too much time to take to explain that now. But essentially, we are narrowing down the zones and the areas that price is trading within. So I'm definitely not keeping all of these lines on it. I'm just showing you visually what I'm seeing right now. And if we just move that quickly, and we're just going to keep this one on, and we'll keep this one on. So we swept this low, pushed towards the upside, but we failed to break a high, so that becomes our new lower high. And we have this as a lower low compared to this low, which is still not a sweep because price didn't break towards the upside. So this is the range that we're currently trading within on the 4 hour. If we look at the 1 hour, price is in a consolidative mess because usually what I would do is I would look for a breaking structure, and then look for price to return to the premium or discount, depending on if we're buying or selling. So in this case, we'll be looking for price to return to the discount and let it trade it back towards the upside. So that's kind of the gist of what I'm looking for. But in this regard, what are we looking for? So we don't have a break of structure there. We don't have a break of structure there. We don't have a break of structure there. nothing there. So you see how it's difficult for me personally to read and react off of EU currently. What we can potentially look at is just lower time frame price action and trading the ranges, because we could see that this is potentially an area of resistance, and this is definitely an area of support. So you can see we are consolidating between these areas. We can even drag it out and apply real um, retail thinking, support and resistance. But what I'm trying to show you, I'm not trying to show you support and resistance. What I'm trying to show you is that price is moving sideways and consolidated on this chart, and we even have a smaller one over there as well. We have some sort of support, resistance, fake out above it, and now blowing down. So how I use the lines usually just now to show the ranges. This is now the range, so you can see this is the current range that we're trading within 30 pip range. So price can go up or down in this area. Currently, we're sitting in the middle, not anywhere close to it. That being said, I'm taking now my more smarter concepts, not smart money concepts, just smarter concepts. I'm looking at liquidity. So we have a previous low over there. We have these lows, high, sorry, over here. Liquidity. So being for us to sweep. And then we have this order block, and we can potentially refine it and look at this area on the 30 minutes. So why does this work now? Because obviously we have a small structure break of this minor low, very small structure break of this low. So what is my expectations? I'm looking potentially to see either a sweep of this low and then a push towards the upside, or this was the sweep, but it will only be confirmed if we break above the previous structure, if we break above these highs, and then it will be confirmed. But for now, it's not confirmed yet. So, but I am looking for price to go higher from what I'm seeing here, because I've identified that this is the most recent liquidity. Where can we find the most recent liquidity? And this is the area that I'm looking for. Essentially, for day trading, you're just looking for 20 to 30 pips or more, or 40 pips, depending on the pair. But EU 20 to 30 pips is a wonderful range to trade. We can see that we have been grabbing the liquidity in this area, and obviously potentially you can say there is liquidity as well. But if price breaks below this area, then that is the next zone it will reach for. So then you see we have price reaching from this zone to that zone. But for current price action, I'm kind of more leaning towards the upside. We can potentially just look at the DXY as well to see if it aligns with our bias of for long. So this should be going short. Let's just move all this to our time frame. You see, this is now also super confusing because we can't really identify any any structure, any real intent on this time frame for this pair. So I'm not even going to try to correlate the dollar index with it. This is currently what I'm looking at, and my thought process leading to it. Remember, I'm not that great in EU, so that's just my opinion. You do your own analysis, and let's see what happens. Let's learn. I'll watch this recording myself afterwards and see how the price actually react to. I'm still interested in GU, so GU is what I'm looking at. Looking forward to go higher. If not go higher, then liquidity below this low, possibly something in this week that we can search for, but it's a bit far fetched. So let's see how it reacts around the session opening. So I'm interested to see if price does give us a pullback in the continuation further towards the upside. Even if it gives us just starts rolling over now and then break structure, then we have confirmation and then another pullback for continuation further towards the upside, because then we have a stop loss placement as well, and we can then potentially take a long towards the upside. So that's more or less the range that I'm looking for today for EEG to fall. This, and then obviously the highs there as well. So that's the expectation. Let's see if reality meets our expectation. Guys, that's it from my side. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful festive season, Christmas time with family and friends. Yeah, just wanted to say work hard, study harder, but also rest well. It's been a tough year, been difficult with everything happening in the world, and it's now more than ever time to really focus, put your attention to gaining a skill, but no one can take away from you, and something that will can keep you for life if you put in the time and effort. So it's not going to be easy. It's a difficult journey, but we're all on it. We're in it together. In it together, but alone, if you know what I mean. So good luck, have fun, and then I'll see you guys definitely in the new year in on this platform again. Have a nice one.